Hello, I'm Damien Corr, Community Services, Lisburn Castlereagh City Council. At Community Services, we provide a range of services for the community. We run 4 directly managed community centres, for example. We own, I think in the region of 10 community centres managed by the community. We provide a range of grants and various other support activities for the community sector across Lisburn and the former Castlereagh Council. The two councils merged around 2015, and that in itself was quite a tortuous process with 2 teams of staff coming together, 2 sets of policies and procedures, two organisational cultures, and that took quite a bit of working through, and probably still working through it to this day. So it was particularly in relation to our grant distribution that we looked for some fresh perspective. Through a tendering process, we ended up with CENI. CENI's brief was basically to research good practice for us and produce a framework that would help us pull all the disparate pieces from the 2 councils together to enable us to provide a better service for the community, first of all, but to make it easier for our staff to deliver that service, and I think that's certainly what they've done. Our issue was the 2 previous councils have 2 ways of doing things, 2 sets of forms, 2 sets of assessment, 2 different strategies, if you like. So there's obviously alignment needed for that, and we had tried internally a few times to do it, but the fresh perspective that CENI brought made that an awful lot easier for us, and ultimately produced the set of tools, the application forms, and the overall framework, which we believe is self-explanatory and indeed has made that difference. The benefit of taking on someone like CENI undoubtedly has been the resources that they've left behind. And in fact, not just the resources, but the manner in which they got to that resources. Councils are working towards co-production, co-design, and outcomes-based accountability. And that was very evident in the methodology that CENI used. We were very impressed at how from day one they were speaking to the staff on the ground that administer these grants. They spoke to the staff that managed the grants, they spoke to the staff that assessed them, and they spoke to the staff that eventually authorised the payment of those grants, and indeed they spoke to the political representatives. And most of all, they spoke to the community groups themselves. They went out and visited the people on the ground. So we were confident by the end of that process that the product we got was a true product of co-design and co-production. And that's evident in how it's worked, because we rolled it out with one of our grants, the Good Relations grants, in fact, and we were very pleased with the results. From the staff's point of view, they reported that it was so much easier to assess, so much easier to work with. The questions had a structure to them. The whole process flowed. Not only were the staff happy with it, it made life easier for them. Crucially, the general public, the community groups, found it very user-friendly. And the survey that we did, the satisfaction survey afterwards, was for the first time 100% satisfaction amongst our clients. And the staff in particular, which was most encouraging for me, they thought that it actually produced, because of the way it was designed, it produced better quality of application. So the community, if you like, were almost, as a byproduct, forced to think about outcomes and outcome-based accountability. And as a result, we now have a resource that makes our life easier. And it's encouraged, let's say, the community groups to think more strategically about what they're doing. So you've got better quality, better enabled community groups, happier staff. What's not to like?